at Gwinnett Mall and the lady just got shot.
Where at it? Gwinnett Place Mall.
We're at where the bus station's at.
It was supposed to be a normal day, but within seconds, Genai Coleman was ambushed, shot dead by a man who forced his way into her car. Days later, detectives had their guy. His DNA matched. So did the security footage.
That is definitely not me. I don't have a shirt like that. I only can't see the face on that person, but that's not me.
Okay, so that's not you.
No, definitely not me.
And when they brought him in, he didn't even flinch.
That's not you? Okay.
It's not me. Take a lie detector test now. That's not me.
He took a polygraph. He had answers for everything, but that's what made them pause. The more they dug, the more one thing became clear. This suspect had an airtight alibi. So how did the evidence still point to him? Who really pulled the trigger? The truth would unravel a shocking twist, one that even the suspect himself didn't see coming. July 18th, 2008. It was just after 9 p.m. in Gwinnett County, Georgia. Genai Coleman, a 40-year-old woman, sat in her gold Dodge Stratus in a parking lot near Gwinnett Place Mall. Bible open in her lap, she waited quietly near the transit station to pick up her daughter. Across the street, a man stepped out of a nearby gas station. He walked straight toward her, and seconds later, a single gunshot cracked through the night air. A bus driver nearby heard it. She turned her head just in time to see the man yank Genai's body from the driver's seat and drop her to the pavement. The attacker jumped in the car, slammed the door, and sped off. The witness grabbed her phone and called 911.
Which way did he go?
He went back through the parking lot up in Gwinnett Mall.
Okay, is he white, black, Hispanic? Were you able to tell?
I think he was, I don't know, like the girl, she African American. I mean, like she's black. And the dude, I mean, he might be black.
Where is she bleeding from?
On her side, it looked like.
On her side, like
like on her stomach.
On her stomach, okay.
A police officer came.
He's there now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
When police arrived, they found Genai shot once in the chest, lifeless. No signs of a robbery, no struggle. It was over in seconds. The bus driver told officers the man had circled to the driver's side of the car and called Genai a mother before dragging her out. She remembered what the man wore, a white shirt with a green shirt layered over it. They took in multiple witnesses and interviewed them one by one.
The uniform officers collected several witnesses and then they were spoken to by other investigators.
We were sitting at the bus waiting on the 20 and we heard, pow.
There's 2 bangs. When I heard the bang, I looked back into that vicinity. There was a car that was parked.
It's like a small sedan.
A 4-door car sedan, kind of gold color.
There's a woman moving away from the vehicle, and she went down to the ground.
She screamed out help.
So I called 911.
She raised her head a little bit, then she laid her head back down.
The car was just sitting there for a good second.
It stayed there for like a little bit, I guess, to make sure she got shot. And as soon as the car saw people, he drove off.
When the car left off, the girl was on the grass. And then that's when you saw the girl laying there on the grass. Then the police came there. Okay.
Detective Damian Cruz took the lead. He scoured tapes from local businesses, hoping for a glimpse of the suspect, and he got one. Earlier that evening, just an hour or two before the shooting, a man matching the description was caught on tape inside a gas station. He wore a white and green softball shirt and spoke on his cell phone while buying a pack of cigarettes. Bronson Light Longs.
Bronson Light Longs. Longs?
Later that same night, about 40 miles away in Forest Park, Genai's car was found abandoned in a parking lot. Inside, police collected fingerprints from the doorframe, and from the floor, they bagged a single cigarette butt, the same kind as the ones bought at the gas station. Bronson Light Longs.
Cigarette butt very well could be the killer, but now I gotta wait on the lab. And so while I'm waiting on the results of that, I need fingerprints from whoever's been in that vehicle to see if there's any possible matches.
The cigarette detective Cruz kept digging. Reviewing footage from Forest Park, he spotted a familiar figure, the same man from the gas station, now walking calmly through a restaurant parking lot just 15 feet from where Genai's car had been dumped. But that was all they had, a video and a cigarette.
Which in a case like this, it's exponentially more difficult because now we don't know who we're looking for. And that's what makes physical evidence, direct and indirect evidence, that much more important to me. Obviously the case is still going, but we don't have what I would consider a hot lead. We don't have a suspect we're tracking. It gets kind of frustrating.
The case went cold. For nearly 13 months, nothing moved. Until August 6th, 2009. That's when the DNA results came in. The cigarette butt tested positive for male DNA. The sample was uploaded into CODIS, the National DNA Database. The system returned a hit, Donald Eugene Smith, a convicted felon. Finally, after more than a year, detectives thought they had him. The man in the video, the DNA on the cigarette, the match in the database. That was it. Game over. Or so they thought.
I don't even know how to explain it. But I was a little scared when he first, I was like, what the hell is this about?
Sure.
But then when he said murder, that was almost laughable.
Okay.
That was relief, actually. Oh, God, it was relief.
I hope everything works out for you. I mean, if that's the case, and
well, it's going to. Definitely. Truth prevails.
Donald wasn't a stranger to law enforcement. His record showed multiple convictions, assault, threats, violent outbursts, armed robbery. The DNA, the footage, everything. And he isn't the one? Then they looked into the phone number that pinged the towers. That's when they found that the number wasn't his. It belonged to his identical twin brother, Ronald Smith. Donald had borrowed Ronald's phone while applying for work. That one small detail blew the case wide open. In that moment, Donald went quiet. The pieces snapped into place. It might have been Ronald all along. But this was his brother. Could he really say that out loud? Donald was stuck. He knew one thing for sure, that DNA wasn't his because Donald had never been inside that car, never touched that steering wheel. Then who did? There's only one possible person, and that's Ronald. Because as a matter of fact, identical twins share the same DNA.
Now this becomes real interesting because as a matter of fact, I'll just be quite frank with you because, I'm pretty intelligent. DNA is split between 10 twins. It's indistinguishable. They share DNA, identical twins.
Mm-hmm. There might be a better angle, and if you're saying it's not you, you can let me know if you think it's your brother, if you think it's some friend of yours, or you've never seen that person in your life.
As the pressure mounted, Donald asked to speak to his parents. The weight was too much. Should he point the finger at Ronald, or sit in prison for a crime he didn't commit?
So hold on, I'm not going to implicate nobody else in no crime.
You're not implicating, I'm just asking you what color's your brother's phone.
Eventually, Donald cracked, but not the way detectives expected. He didn't accuse Ronald. He confirmed the man in the video was his brother. He wasn't the only one who recognized him. When detectives showed the footage to their parents and sister, they didn't hesitate.
What happens with that information now? Because I'm telling you that the people that knows us best, and that's mother and dad, and they're both still living and functional, would know who that is in that video.
Okay, is there anybody else?
Everybody else in my family?
With that, Gwinnett authorities moved quickly, and on February 6, 2010, police arrested Ronald Smith. The evidence was stacked high against him. Fingerprints, video, cigarette brand, DNA, a witness description.
No, I can't say nothing like that. Deb, this is really difficult for me. God damn, it's a hard phone call. This phone call was harder than I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, I had my share of guilt.
Ronald was completely different from Donald, but the detective kept pressing. Trying a different approach, Detective Restrepo offered him a cigarette break. Ronald stepped outside, and without hesitation, he lit up a Bronson Light Long, the same brand found in Genai's car.
I used the bathroom. Okay. Smoke one cigarette. Okay. And we'll come back and talk.
A match. The crime lab soon confirmed it. The fingerprints on the doorframe belonged to Ronald, not Donald. With that, any remaining charges against Donald were dropped, but Detective Cruz wasn't done. He placed a photo of Genai Coleman in front of Ronald and told him to take a good look. Then he left the room.
I don't know if you knew this woman, but this is the woman, okay? And her name was Genai, okay? She had 3 adopted children. She was a school teacher. Her family begged me just to find out what happened. And they're very religious people.
Alone, Ronald stared at the image. Surveillance caught his voice, barely above a whisper.
A murderer.
When the detectives returned, Ronald finally confessed.
Guilty. I don't know why. It was an accident.
Ronald had been drinking the night it happened. He said he didn't know who Genai was. He didn't plan it. He just needed a car. She was alone. Her car was running. He saw a window of opportunity and took it. Ronald admitted he approached with a gun. Genai begged him not to hurt her. It was a .357, and he fired 5 shots, then sold it before he did something stupid again. There was no motive or plan. At his trial in October 2012, the jury didn't take long. Ronald Smith was found guilty of all charges: felony murder, carjacking, and more. He was sentenced to life in prison, plus 25 years.